Hi friends, this is Sirisha, Assistant Professor in Mathematics, Department of SNH, Chabrol Engineering College. In past video lecture, we learn about what is logic and what is proposition and its notations, connectives and truth tables. So before going to today's session, brief explanation about last video lecture. So what is proposition? All declarative sentences which can be assigned with one and only one truth value, either true or false. The notations of propositions are denoted by small letters P, Q, R, S, T and so on. So proposition logic. The logic deals with propositions is called proposition logic. Connectives are used to form a compound statement. There are 5 types of connectives. First one, negation. The rule of negation is if the proposition P is true, then negation P is false. The proposition P is false, then negation P is true. Next, conjunction. The rule of conjunction is if both the proposition P and Q are having the truth value true, then their compound statement P and Q is true, otherwise it is false. So disjunction. In given two propositions, at least one of the proposition is true, then their disjunction is true, otherwise it is false. This is also called inclusive OR. One more connective is there in disjunction, exclusive OR. The rule of exclusive OR is in given two propositions, both P and Q are having the truth value same truth value, then their compound statement having the truth value false, otherwise it is true. So implication in another name if then. If P is true and Q proposition having truth value false, then P implication Q is false. In remaining cases, P implication Q, the compound statement P comma Q is true. Last connective, by implication or if and only if condition. So if both P and Q are having same truth values, either it is true or false, then the compound statement P by implication Q having truth value to true, otherwise in remaining cases it is false. So in this video lecture we start with tautology, contradiction and contingency. So what is tautology? Definition: a statement formula which is true regardless of the truth values of the statements, which replace the variables in it, is called a universally valid formula or a logical truth or a tautology. Means if all possible truth values of a compound statement are true, then the statement is called tautology. If all possible truth values of a compound statement are true, then the statement is called tautology or tautological statement. So what is the definition for tautology? If all the possible truth values of a compound statement are true, then the statement is called tautological statement or tautology. Next one, contradiction. So a statement formula which is false regardless of the truth values of the statements, which replace the variables in it, is said to be a contradiction. Means if all possible truth values of a compound statement are false, then the statement is called contradiction. If all possible truth values of a compound statement are false, then the statement is called contradiction. Next one, contingency. A statement formula which is neither a tautology nor a contradiction is known as a contingency. A statement formula which is neither a tautology nor a contradiction is known as a contingency. Means some truth values of the compound statement are true and some truth values of the compound statement are false is called contingency. Some truth values of compound statement is true or some truth values of compound statement are false is called contingency. So simply, what is tautology? If all possible truth values of a compound statement are true, then it is called tautology. If all possible truth values of a compound statement are false, then it is contradiction. And some of the truth values are true and some of the truth values are false, then it is said to be contingency. Next one, substitution instance. Substitution instance. A formula A is called a substitution instance of another formula B if A can be obtained from B by substituting formulas for some variables of B. Means with the condition that the same formula is substituted for the same variable each time it occurs. So what is substitution instance? So A can be obtained from B by substituting formulas for some variables of B with the condition that the same formula is substituted for the same variable each time it occurs. So let us consider an example. Let B be the given proposition and the formula of B is P implication J conjunction operator P. So substitute R by implication S for P in B. So in B proposition we have to replace R by implication S in place of P. So we get A proposition is in place of P. What is the condition? We have to replace R by implication S in place of P in B proposition. So we after substitution we get R by implication S, which implies J, and here also in B proposition P is here. So in place of P we substitute R by implication S. So the resulting proposition A is R by implication S, which implies J and R by implication S. Then A is a substitution instance of B. Then A is said to be substitution instance of B. Okay. So note that R by implication S, implication J and P is not a substitution instance of B, because in this formula P is not replaced by the condition. So this is not substitution instance. So here condition is the same formula is substituted for the same variable each time it occurs. Same formula is substituted for the same variable each time it occurs. So how many times it occurs? Then we replace that given condition in that given variable. Okay. So this is the example for substitution instance. Next one, well-formed formula. So a well-formed formula can be generated by the following rules. First one, a statement variable. So statement is nothing but proposition. Okay, proposition or statement. So a statement variable standing alone is a well-formed formula. Standing alone means a proposition P. P is a well formed formula. Q. Q is a well formed formula. Okay. A statement variable or preposition variable standing alone is also a well formed formula. Second condition, if A is a well formed formula, negation A is also a well formed formula. So if A is well formed formula, then negation of that given proposition is also a well formed formula. So if A and B are well formed formula, then the connectives of these A and B means A conjunction B and A disjunction B and A implication B and A by implication B, these are also well formed formulas. A string of symbols containing the statement variables, connectives and brackets is a well formed formula. A string of symbols containing the statement variables, connectives and also brackets or parenthesis. Parenthesis is also, so closed in parenthesis is also very important here, is a well formed formula if and only if it can be obtained by finite applications of rules 1, 2, 3. Okay, it can be obtained by finite applications of 1, 2, 3 applications. Okay, so what is well formed formula? A statement variable standing alone is a well formed formula. If A is a well formed formula, negation of A is also a well formed formula. If A and B are well formed formula, then their connectives A conjunction B and A disjunction B and A implication B and A by implication B is also a, these are also well formed formulas. So a string of variables containing the statement variables, connectives and parentheses is a well formed formula if and only if it can be obtained by finite applications of rules of 1, 2, 3 points. 1, 2, 3 points. Okay. So examples of well formed formula. So the following are well formed formulas in propositional logic. So first one, P. So here statement variable P. So it is well formed formula, and P implication Q closed in parenthesis. This is completed rule. So this is also a well formed formula. Negation of P or negation of Q. So here this is also well formed formula. So negation of P conjunction operator, negation of Q. This is also well formed formula. So the following are not well formed formulas in propositional logic. So first one, P negation. So P negation, the operator we have to write before the preposition variable, but here it is after the preposition and it is not well formed formula. And second one, PQ. Here two preposition P and Q are side by side, and there is no connective between them and it is not concluded. Okay, this is also not well formed formula. And here also R negation of Q, this is also not well formed formula. Negation P, here it is in parenthesis, these are closed in parenthesis, then it become well formed formula, but it is now parenthesis in this connective. Okay, so this is the example for not well formed formulas. Next one, equivalence of formulas. So the compound propositions A and B are said to be logically equivalent if P by implication if A by implication B is a tautology. Means two formulas or two propositions A and B are said to be equivalent to each other if and only if A by implication B is a tautology. Is a tautology means when A is true, then B is also having the truth value true, and when A is false, then B is also having the truth value false. Then we say that it is a tautology. So the logical equivalence is denoted by equivalence symbol, and it is if A by implication B is a tautology, we write this is like A by implies B, which is read as A is equivalent to B. A is equivalent to B. So note point, the symbol is only symbol but not connective. This is only a symbol but not connective. A by implication B. A by implication B is a tautology if and only if truth values of A and B are the same. If by A by implication B is a tautology if and only if truth tables of or truth values of A and B are the same. So equivalence relation is symmetric and transitive. Equivalence relation is symmetric and transitive. So what is equivalence formula? Both A and B are two propositions are said to be equivalent to each other if and only if A by implication B is a tautology. So when we said that A by implication B is a tautology, so when A is having truth value true, then B is also having truth value true. When A is having truth value false, then B is also having truth value false. Then we say that A by implication B is a tautology. So here we denote it equivalence relation like this. So we write A by implication B, which is read as A is equivalent to B. This is only a symbol but not a connective. So A by implication B is a tautology if and only if truth values of A and B are the same. So equivalence relation is symmetric and transitive. So method 1. So the ways of equivalence relation shown in two ways. The first one, truth table method. So one method to determine whether any two statement formulas are equivalent is to construct their truth tables. So consider the example. Prove P disjunction operator Q, which is equivalent to negation of negation P and negation Q. So here the truth values consisting of two variables P comma Q. So the truth table having two propositions and having truth values, how many possibilities? 4 possibilities. How many possibilities? 4 possibilities. The truth table of two variable consisting of 4 possibilities. So that is P having truth values true, true, false, false, Q having truth values true, false, and P or Q. So what is the rule of disjunction? What is the rule of disjunction? Both P and Q are false, then their compound statement P or Q is also false. In remaining cases, the compound statement having the truth value true. Okay. Next, in RHS, in given relation, RHS having negation P and negation Q. So first we write truth values of negation P and negation Q. So negation P. So what is negation? The quite opposite to proposition. So here P having truth value true, then the negation of P having truth value false. So true, false, true, false, false, true, false, true. So the negation Q. So having truth values false, true. Okay. So in between negation P and negation Q, the connective is conjunction. So what is the rule of conjunction? Both the P, negation P and negation Q are having the truth value true, then this connective having truth value true, otherwise it is false. Okay. So in fourth case, both negation P and negation Q are having the truth values true, so the compound statement having the truth value 2. In remaining cases, the compound statement having the truth value false, false. So negation of negation P and negation Q. So what is negation of this compound statement? Opposite to negation P and negation Q. So here the value, truth value false, then it is true, false, true, false, true, true, false. So here we observe that LHS P, R, Q having truth value true, 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 false, and RHS having truth value true, 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 false. So then their equivalent relation having the truth values true, 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 true. So P, R, Q is equivalent to negation of negation P and negation Q. P, R, Q is equivalent to negation of negation P and negation Q. So as P, R, Q and negation of negation P and negation Q is a tautology, then P, R, Q is equivalent to negation of negation P and negation Q. So another example, prove P implication Q, which is equivalent to negation P, R, Q. This is very important, and this is very useful in solving problems. So P implication Q, which is equivalent to negation P, R, Q. So here also we are having two variables and their possibilities, the truth values possible, four possibilities, having truth possibilities 4. So P having truth values true, true, false, false, and Q having truth values true, false, and P implication LHS of the given relation, P implication Q. So what is the rule of implication? If P is true, then Q is false. The compound statement having the truth value false. In remaining cases, it having truth value true. So in second case of P comma Q, we are having if P is true and Q is false, then their compound statement P implication Q is having truth value false. In remaining cases, the truth values is true, true, true. Okay. So in RHS, so we are having variables negation P, Q. So first we write negation P, truth values. So false, false, true, true, and then negation P, R, Q. Negation P, disjunction Q. So what is the rule of disjunction? Negation P and negation Q are both are false, then it is false. In remaining cases, it is true. So in second case, negation P having truth value false and Q also having truth value false, then their compound statement negation P, R, Q, which gives truth value false. In remaining cases, the truth value of this compound statement is true, true, true. Okay. So LHS P implication Q are having truth values true, false, true, true, and negation P, R, Q also having same truth values true, false, true, true. Then both are equivalent. So P implication Q is equivalent to negation P, R, Q, then their truth values are true, 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 true. So as P implication Q and negation P, R, Q is a tautology, then P implication Q is equivalent to negation P, R, Q. So let us consider most common and famous logical equivalences of all time. So first one, idempotent law. So P, disjunction operator P, which is equivalent to P. P and P, which is equivalent to P. So you can solve this with the help of truth tables. You can solve this and prove this with the help of truth tables. Second one, associative law. P or Q or R, which is equivalent to P or Q or R. P or Q or R. Second one, P and Q and R, which is equivalent to P and Q and R, which is equivalent to P and Q and R. Third one, commutative law. So P or Q, which is equivalent to Q or P, which is equivalent to Q or P. So it doesn't matter here which one is calculated first. Okay, so another one, P and Q, which is equivalent to Q and P. Distributive laws. So P R, Q and R, P R, Q and R, it distributes along P R Q and P R R. So P and Q R R, which is equivalent to P and Q or P and R. So it can also check these values using with the help of truth tables. So which one calculated here, also which one calculated first is not a matter. So first we calculated PRQ or PRR. Okay. Next law, identity law. PRF, which is equivalent to P. PR true, which is equivalent to true. P and true, which is equivalent to P. P and false, which is equivalent to false. Component law or absorption law. So P or P and Q, which is equivalent to P, and P and P or Q, which is equivalent to P. We solve this statement with the help of distributive laws. We solve this statement with the help of distributive laws. So this is like distributive law. Here in case of distributive, we have three propositions, and in this absorption law we have two propositions. That is the only difference of distributive and absorption law. Another one is domination law. So P or true, which is equivalent to true. P and false, which is equivalent to P. De Morgan laws. Negation of PRQ, which is equivalent to negation P. So disjunction will changes into conjunction, and conjunction will changes into disjunction. So negation will go inside and changes disjunction to conjunction. So negation P or Q, which is equivalent to negation P and negation Q. So negation of P and Q, which is equivalent to negation P or negation Q. So here one more formula is there, double negation law. Double negation law. P or negation P is equivalent to true. P and negation P, which is equivalent to false. Okay. So second method of equivalence relation proof, replacement process. So one is truth table and second one is replacement process. So what is replacement process? Consider a formula or proposition A. P implication Q implication R. In this formula, Q implication R is a part of the formula. Q implication R is the part of the formula. We replace Q implication R by an equivalent formula negation Q or R in the proposition A. So we get another formula B like this. So P implication, we replace Q implication R by negation Q or R. So one can easily verify that the formulas A and B are equivalent to each other. This process of obtaining B from A is called replacement process. So consider the formula A for given relation P implication Q implication R. In place of Q implication R, we replace equivalent relation negation Q or R. So we get another proposition B. So B is P implication negation Q or R. So one can easily verify that the formulas A and B are equivalent to each other. The process of obtaining B from A is called replacement process. So let us consider the examples. Prove that P implication Q implication R, which is equivalent to P implication negation Q implication R. So in before example we show that P implication Q is equivalent to negation P or Q. So same like that, in place of P here Q, in place of Q here R. So we applying that this value is equivalent to negation Q or R. So this also is equivalent to P and Q implication R. So we have to prove, we have to consider LHS and we have to show RHS part. Okay, so let us consider LHS. P implication Q implication R. What we know? So in place of Q implication R, which is equivalent to negation Q or R, we replace this in Q implication R. So what we get? P implication negation Q or R. Okay, so again this is of the formula P implication Q. So again applying the equivalence relation. So negation P or negation Q or R. So here we are applying associative law. So how to remember the associative law? So same relation is there inside of the parenthesis and outside of the parenthesis are having same operator, then we are applying associative law. Okay, so negation P or negation Q or R. So by applying associative law, how can we write this? Negation P or negation Q or R. Okay, so by De Morgan's law, we write, what is De Morgan law? Negation of P and Q, which is equivalent to negation P or negation Q. So in place of RHS of De Morgan law, we replace LHS. So what is that? Negation of P and Q or R. So here we are applying distributive, sorry, not distributive property. Here we are applying negation P or R. So this is of the form P implication R. So in place of P we are having P and Q implication R. So this is RHS of the given relation. So LHS, we consider LHS and shown RHS part. Okay, so finally P implication Q implication R is equivalent to P and Q implication R. So how to solve this, how to show this relation? By using equivalence formulas, Okay, next one, next another example. Prove that P implication Q and R implication Q, which is equivalent to P R R implication Q. So P implication Q and R implication Q, we consider LHS of the given relation and we have to show RHS of the given relation. So we consider LHS of the given relation. In this relation, P implication Q is equivalent to negation P R Q and R implication Q is equivalent to negation R R Q. So negation P and negation R. So here I am applying the formula distributive law. Negation P and negation R are Q. So we write this as negation of PRR. So here we are applying De Morgan's law. So negation of PRR are Q. So negation of PRR are Q. This is of the form negation PRQ. So we write this as P implication Q. So in place of P we are having PRR. So this is the RHS of the given relation. So that implies RHS. So another example, prove that negation P and negation Q and R are Q and R are P and R, which is equivalent to R. So we consider LHS of the given relation. Negation P and negation Q and R are Q and R are P and R. Here we applying first part of the relation associative law. So here outside of the parenthesis and inside of the parenthesis are having same connective. So that is conjunction operator. So here we are applying associative law R, and here inside of the parenthesis and outside of the parenthesis are having different connective. So here we are applying distributive law. So from this we write negation P and negation Q and R are Q R P and R. So next, negation P by De Morgan's law, we write this negation of PRQ and R are QRP and R. So here we write negation PRQ, and here we are applying QRP commutated by commutative law PRQ. We write this is like PRQ. So PRQ and R. So this is of the form negation PRP. So negation PRP, which this value is equivalent to true. So true conjunction operator R. So by the equivalence relation true and R, which gives R, by the property identity law, by the law identity by identity law. So LHS is equivalent to RHS. Another one, prove that P implication Q implication P, which is equivalent to negation P implication Q. So P implication Q implication P. Let us consider LHS part. So we write this is like negation P or Q. In place of Q we are having Q implication P. Again we replace, in place of Q implication P, we have this value is equivalent to negation Q or P by applying associative law. So we write like this, negation P or P or negation Q. Negation P or P with this value is equivalent to true or negation Q, true or negation Q, which gives truth value by idempotent law, by true or negation Q, which gives true by identity law. Okay. So and also consider RHS of the given relation, negation P implication Q. In place of P implication Q we write negation P R Q, and this is also is of the form negation P implication Q. We write negation of negation P or negation P R Q. Negation of negation P, which gives both negations are cancelled. We are having P or negation P R Q. By associative law we write like this, P or negation P R Q. So P or negation P, which gives truth value true by negation law, true or Q, which gives true by identity law. Okay. So from LHS of the given relation value is equivalent to true, and RHS of the given relation is equivalent to true. From these two we concluded that P implication Q implication P is equivalent to negation P implication q. Okay, next one, write the negation of the following statements. So first statement, John will take a job in industry or go to graduate school. So here connective word is or. So John will take a job in industry or go to graduate school. So we first write this compound statement into atomic statements. So let us consider the P proposition, John will take a job in industry, and another atomic statement, Q proposition, John will go to graduate school. So the given statement can be written in symbolic form P or Q. P or Q. So what is the question here? Given, write the negation of given statement. So the given statement is P or Q, and the negation of the statement, negation of P or Q, is equivalent to negation P and negation Q. Negation of P or Q is equivalent to negation P and negation Q by De Morgan's law. So how can we write this relation in compound statement, negation P and negation Q? So P means John will take a job in industry. So what is the negation of this statement? John will not take a job in industry. And the conjunction, connective word is and he will not go to graduate school. So what is the compound statement? John will not take a job in industry and he will not go to graduate school. So the second one is James will buy bicycle or run tomorrow. Okay, so we write this compound statement into two atomic statements. So let the P proposition P is James will buy bicycle and James will run tomorrow. So the compound, the given statement can be written in symbolic form as P or Q. So the negation of the statement is negation P and negation Q. So the compound statement of this negation relation is James will not bicycle and he will not run tomorrow. So third one, if the processor is fast then the printer is slow. So how can we write this compound statement into atomic statement? The processor is fast and Q proposition is the printer is slow. So the given statement can be written in the symbolic form as if the processor is fast then the printer is slow. So P implication Q. So the negation of the statement is negation of P implication Q. So it becomes negation of P implication Q value is equivalent to negation P or Q. So we are applying negation. So negation of negation P and negation Q. So what is the resulting statement? P and negation Q. So how can we write this in compound statement form? The processor, P means the processor is fast. The processor is fast and the printer is fast. Why? Q is, what is the Q? The printer is slow. So what is the negative word of slow? Fast. So what is the conclusion statement? The processor is fast and the printer is fast. Next one, duality law. So two formulas A and A star are said to be duals of each other if either one can be obtained from the other by replacing conjunction symbol by disjunction symbol and disjunction symbol by conjunction symbol. So what is the rule here? So in duality law, two formulas A and A star are said to be duals. When we say these two are duals, if either one can be obtained from the other, either one can be obtained by the other by replacing and by or and or by and. The connectives or and are called duals of each other. If the formula A contains the special variable true or false, then A star its dual is obtained by replacing true by false and false by true in addition to the above mentioned interchanges. So what is duality law? If both A and A star are two formulas are said to be duals of each other if either one can be obtained from the other by replacing and by R and R by and true by false and false by true. Okay, then we say that A and A star are duals of each other. So let us consider example. Write the duals of the following formulas. So first formula P, R, Q and R. So what is the dual of this formula? We replace R symbol by and symbol by R. So the resulting is P and Q are R. So P and Q are R. And for second one, given statement is P and Q are true. So in place of conjunction we replace disjunction symbol, and in place of disjunction we replace conjunction, in place of true we replace false. So what is the resulting statement? P or Q and false. P or Q and false. And the third statement is P and Q are P or negation of Q and negation S. So the dual statement of this given statement is P or Q and P and negation of Q or negation S. So these are the resulting statements of given statements. So the negation of the formulas is equivalent to its dual in which every variable is replaced by its negation. So formula is negation A of P1, P2 and so on Pn, which is equivalent to A star negation P1, negation P2 and so on negation Pn. So let us consider the example. Prove that negation of P and Q, which is implication negation P or negation P or Q, which is equivalent to negation P or Q. So let us consider LHS of the given statement. So what is the LHS part? Negation P and Q implies implication negation P or negation P or Q. So we replace P implication Q in place of P implication Q is equivalent to negation P or Q. We replace this formula in given statement. We have P and Q or negation P or negation P or Q. So P and Q are, here we are applying associative law, negation P or negation P. This value gives negation P or remaining or Q. So P and Q are negation P or Q. So P and Q are negation P, grouping P and Q or negation P or Q. By applying distributive property, we are having P or negation P and Q or negation P or Q. So P or negation P, which this value is equivalent to true, and Q or negation P or Q. So Q or negation P or Q, true and P is equivalent to P. True and P is equivalent to P by identity law. So we are applying identity law. We get true and P. In place of P we are having Q or negation P. So it is equivalent to Q or negation P and remaining or Q. Okay. So by applying associative law, Q or negation P or Q, Q or Q, which gives Q. So Q or negation P, by commutative law negation P or Q. So this is the RHS of the given statement. Okay. So LHS is equivalent to RHS. So we have to prove second statement from first statement. So from A, so what is A? Negation P and Q or negation P or negation P or Q, which is equivalent to negation P or Q. We write the dual of this equation. So negation, what is duality law? We replace disjunction symbol by conjunction and conjunction symbol by disjunction and true by false and false by true. So we replace those. So negation P or Q and negation P and Q, which is equivalent to negation P and Q. Okay, this is the required statement. Next one, tautological implications. Tautological implications. A statement formula A is said to be tautologically imply a statement B if and only if A implication B is a tautology. If and only if A implication B is a tautology. In this case, we write A by implication B, which is read as A implies B. So A implies B means a statement formula A is said to tautologically imply a statement B if and only if A implies B is a tautology. So A implication, what is the formula for implication? A implication B is a tautology. Okay, in this case we write A implies B, which is read as A implies B. So here this is not, it is not a connection, and A implies B is not a statement formula. A implies B states that A implication B is a tautology. So clearly A implies B guarantees that B has a truth value true whenever A has the truth value true. So one can determine whether A implies B by constructing the truth values of A and B in the same manner as was done in the determination of A implies B. So let us consider the example. So here given statement is, given formula is P implication Q, which implies negation Q implies negation P. So here the variables, having two variables and their truth values here, P having truth values 4, true, true, false, false, and Q having truth values true, false, and their negation values, negation P and negation Q, false, false, true, true, false, true, false, true. So what is the LHS of the given relation P implication Q? So P, what is the rule of implication? If P is true and Q is false, then the compound statement having the truth value false. In remaining cases, it having the truth value true. So in second case, P having truth value true and Q having truth value false. So in second case, the compound statement having the truth value false. In remaining cases, it has a truth value true. So RHS of the given statement, negation Q implies negation P. So negation Q and negation P. In this case, what is the condition? Negation Q is true and negation P is false. Then this compound statement having the truth value false. In remaining cases, it is having truth value true. So negation Q having truth value in second case and negation P false. So in second case it is false, in remaining cases it is true, true, true. So both negation, both LHS and RHS are having truth values same. So then the P implication Q, which implies negation Q implication Q. So P implication Q, so here when P implication Q is true and in negation Q implication P is false, it is false. In other cases it is true. So in all cases we are having truth value true. So then the given relation is a tautology. So then we say that P implication Q is implies negation Q implication negation P. Since all the entries in the last column are true, so P implication Q implication negation Q implication negation P is a tautology. Hence we write this, we concluded that P implication Q implies negation Q implication negation P. So in order to show any of the given implications, it is sufficient to show that an assignment of the truth value true to the antecedent of the corresponding conditional leads to the truth value true for the consequent. So here what is the antecedent. So P implication Q is antecedent and negation Q implication negation P is the consequent. So this procedure guarantees that the conditional becomes tautology, thereby proving the implication. So in this topic we are having another connectives N and N or. So what is that? N and. So the word N and is a combination of not and, not and, where not stands for negation and stands for conjunction. It is denoted by upper arrow symbol. It is denoted by upper arrow symbol, and the rule of this symbol is P upper arrow Q is equivalent to negation of P and Q. Some more equivalence relations are as shown below. P upper arrow P. So upper arrow means N and P, N and P, which is equivalent to negation of P and P by from this rule. So this is basic rule. From this rule we write like this: P, N and P, which is equivalent to negation P and P. This is by De Morgan's law, negation P or negation P. By negation law, negation P, this value is equal to negation P. So some more some more connectives, equivalence relations with these N and connective as shown here. And next one, N and is commutative. So let P and Q be any two propositions, then P, N and Q, which is equivalent to, so what is the basic rule? Negation P and Q. So how can we write this? By commutative law we write this Q and P. So from this we write Q, N and P. So we consider P, N and Q, we shown Q, N and P. So this is a commutative property. So N and is commutative. So N and is not associative. So let P comma Q and R be any three propositions. Consider P, N and Q, N and R, which is equivalent to, in place of Q we are having Q, N and R. We are applying here negation P, and in place of Q we are having Q, N and R. Again in place of Q, N and R we write this basic relation negation Q and R. We are applying here associative law, we get negation P. We are applying here negation law, we are getting negation P, the conjunction will changing into disjunction, and the negation will be cancelled, Q and R. So we consider the RHS part of the associative law, P, N and Q, N and R. So we write negation P and Q and R. So again negation of negation P and Q and R, we get P and Q or negation R. So LHS of the LHS part is not equivalent to RHS part. So finally we concluded that the connective N and is not associative. So another connective, NOR. The word NOR is a combination of not and or, where not stands for negation and or stands for disjunction. It is denoted by the symbol down arrow. So if P and Q are two formulas, then P nor Q is equivalent to, so this is basic rule, negation of P or Q. So here some more equivalence relations are shown here. So what is NOR? The word NOR is stands for not and or. So not stands for negation and or stands for disjunction. It is denoted by the symbol down arrow. So the basic rule is P down arrow Q, which is equivalent to negation of P or Q. So NOR is commutative. Let P and Q be any two statement formulas. So we consider the relation P NOR Q. So from basic formula we write here negation P or Q. By commutative law we write like this Q or P. So again this is we are applying basic formula, Q down arrow P. So NOR is commutative. So NOR is not associative. So let us see. Let P comma Q and R be any three statement formulas. Consider LHS of the associative law P NOR Q NOR R. So we write basic formula here, the negation of P or Q NOR R. So in place of this we also write here negation Q or R. So negation P, negation applying negation P, disjunction will changes into conjunction and Q or R. So negation P and Q or R, negation P R Q, down arrow R. So we consider RH as part of the associative law. This is RH as part of the associative law. We split into like this, negation P R Q, down arrow R. So we get the result P R Q and negation R. So we finally concluded that LHS is not equivalent to RHS. So we concluded that the connective NOR is not associative. So example, express P NOR Q in terms of N and only. So solution, P NOR Q is equivalent to negation P R Q. So how can we write this using equivalence relation? P R Q N and P R Q. So P N and P, N and Q N and Q, N and P N and P, and Q N and Q. Okay. Another example, P N and Q in terms of NOR only. So P N and Q is equivalent to negation P and Q. So we write this P and Q, NOR P and Q. We applying here P NOR P NOR Q NOR Q NOR P NOR P NOR Q NOR Q. So truth table show that A exclusive or B or A NOR B is equivalent to A N and B. So here we are having two variables and truth values are A having truth values true true false false and B having truth values true false true false, and exclusive OR. So what is exclusive OR rule? If both A and B are having the same truth value, then it is false, otherwise it is true. So in first case and last case, A and B are having truth values, same truth values, true true false false. So their compound statement A exclusive B having truth value false in first case and fourth case, in remaining cases it is true. So another connectivity, A NOR B. So what is the rule of NOR? If both A and B are false, it is true. In remaining cases it is false. So in fourth case, both A and B are having truth value false, then their compound statement it is true. In remaining cases it is false. So both A exclusive B and or A NOR B. What is the rule of disjunction? Both A exclusive B and A NOR B are false, then their compound statement gives false. Remaining cases it is true. So A N and B. So A N and B, the rule of N and is both A and B are true, then it is false. In remaining cases it is true. So as columns A exclusive B or A NOR B and A N and B are identical. So false true 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 false true true false true. So we concluded that A exclusive B or A nor B is equivalent to A, N and B. Okay. Thank you.